I have two different squeeze plays today for you guys that could have 200 to 300% gains next week or even on Monday. These are very risky, but they have a lot of potential. Make sure you watch this entire video because at the end, I'll be showing you a Nano float stock that could have the short squeeze of a lifetime. We're currently #1 most active on the StockWits rankings. They are also rank 1 for the #1 most watchers right now. They have under 700,000 shares in the total float. And what makes this very big is because they have a very big catalyst coming up very soon. Next week, they will be hosting their first quarter 2023 financial results on February 14th, 2023, which is, I believe, on Tuesday, on Valentine's Day. This could be very huge for the company. Like I said, they have a tiny float, under 700,000 shares. They have this big catalyst coming up. Volume was over 1 million on Friday when the daily average has been 100,000. So obviously this one is going to have a lot more volume when these come out. With a tiny float like it has right now, this could see a very big potential squeeze. We'll be going over one of the top shorted stocks last week. They have a lot going on. They are now trending all over StockWits, all over the internet. Just had a new CEO. They are also in talks with a LOI to have a merger with this company. This one is trading at 8 cents. This one is trying to get NASDAQ compliant, and they might have to do a RS very soon, or it looks like they would have to do one very soon. So this is also one that's very risky, but you could potentially get in and get out and make a lot of money because this is a gambling esports stock trading at 8 cents. In 2020, they actually entered into a multi-year agreement with the Philadelphia Eagles. So if the Eagles do win the Super Bowl, this one could have a very big jump. This one could have a very big squeeze. And from history, gambling and esports betting stocks are way more volatile after the Super Bowl. So this one could double or triple after the Super Bowl, especially if the Eagles do win. Obviously, last year, the Super Bowl had a huge influence on the stock. You know, if I was the CEO of this company, I would be waiting until Monday to announce some very big news. You know, they do have a lot of big catalysts coming out. They have casinos that they are making in New Jersey, I believe. But not only that, they have announced that they are trying to merge, or they actually had a LOI, a letter of intent, to merge with another company. They announced this in December. So this would be the perfect time to announce some more news on that. And this is already set up for a very big squeeze. So with a catalyst, this could really have a very big run on Monday and next week. This one is heavily shorted, perfectly set up for a squeeze. This is definitely one you have to watch. A lot more eyes are on it. They have multiple catalysts that could be announced at any minute. Either way, this is going to be a very interesting play next week and on Monday. So be very cautious with this play because they are expecting, or they will have to do a RS at some point in the very near time future, it looks like, to gain compliance to stay listed on the NASDAQ. But this is still a stock that could potentially 2 to 3x next week. Philadelphia Eagles reached a multi-year deal with Esports Entertainment Group to become NFL's first esports tournament club provider. This was in 2020. Esports Entertainment Group, NASDAQ ticker GMBL. The company has announced a landmark multi-year partnership with the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, they announced this and they said it's a multi-year partnership. It is 2023, but they have not said anything about this partnership going away or that it has ended. So I'm assuming that this one is still in place. But they say they will serve as the first esports tournament provider for an NFL club as part of the multi-year agreement. Now, keep in mind, it doesn't actually say how long it is, but multi-year, you know, this was in 2020. It's now 2023. So I would assume it would be, you know, at least 2 to 3 years. So this one should be ongoing. They haven't said anything about this being canceled. This is very big because the Eagles are actually in the Super Bowl this year. And if they win, you know, this could be huge for the stock. You know, obviously it's going to be really volatile next week and Monday. Either way, because this one from history in 2021 had a big run after the Super Bowl last year. Looking at the stock, is trading at 0.089 in the last month. It did hit a high of 18 or 20 cents. Looks like it is bottomed out. This one is set up for a run. A lot of short interest. Definitely a very risky play because will they be able to get to the $1 minimum bid price and stay and maintain that for 10 days to regain compliance to stay on the NASDAQ? If they did have a very big squeeze, it is possible, but I think their time is running out, so it could potentially make you a lot of money. Not only does this one have the catalyst coming out with their new casinos being announced, they have a possible merger or LOI to merge with another company, and they could have news on this at any moment. But not only that, but they are expecting to release their quarterly numbers on February 20th, 2023, or on February 21st, 2023. So this is another catalyst coming up very soon in 2 weeks. So another catalyst right now. There are a lot of analysts right now predicting the annual EPS to hit negative 42 cents for the year 2023 and up to negative 42 cents for 2024. So if they do actually beat their expectation, that could be a very positive outlook for the stock. Its revenue for the quarter, they are forecasting 11 million with its likely low of 11 million and highs of 11.3 million. So these are key areas you want to look at their expectations of their revenue. So if they beat expectations, this could be very huge and cause an even bigger run, especially if they have a very big week next week. Like I said, this one is set up for a squeeze, a lot of catalysts coming out. Also did announce a preferred stock dividend 5 days ago, so that is another catalyst coming out as well. I have a Nano floater stock with under 700,000 shares at float. They are fundamentally very undervalued. They had a price target raised to $23 by analysts. Reports are coming Tuesday, and they are expecting, I think, around 25% more revenue. This one could potentially double on Monday. They are also expecting news on their other AI solutions company. They are a holding company with a lot of different technology under their belt. So as you can see, ticker cetx is the #1 most active right now on StockWits. You go to the watchers ranking, it is the #1 most watched right now. This one has a float of under 700,000 shares and a lot of short interest as well. A tiny float, so a lot of potential. This one was actually up 30% in the last week. In the last month, it has doubled, and I think this one does have a good chance to double once again if they do really good on their estimating earning reports and they do beat expectations. This one could see another very big run. Also, I say this because this one's trending #1 on StockWits for most active and most watchers. Obviously, this one has the potential. They have the float. They have the tiny float, so this is definitely one you have to watch. Cetx Inc. They actually are a holding company, and they have a lot of different technology companies under their belt. They also have Vicon Industries, which is a security and AI stock that is constantly trying to innovate. They also have a lot of different innovation type and technology companies that they are holding. Also in the security technology industry, they're trying to bring new innovative solutions. So they are actually in a very good sector right now. The reason the float is so small right now is because they did have a reverse split back on January 23rd, 2023, just about 2 or 3 weeks ago. They did a 35-for-1 reverse split. So this in turn made the company's total outstanding common stock go from 27.8 million shares all the way down to exactly 793,682 shares. Next week is going to be very big for both of these companies. They both, like I said, are very high risk, but have a lot of potential next week. Make sure you put notifications on. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you comment as well, because doing all these things actually help boost my videos. Really appreciate the support I've been getting, and I should see you guys tomorrow.